So Onicephorus and I have kind of been at this state we're in right now here for a little bit of, you can see that he's lunging awful close. I'm able to move him around, probably at like an 8-foot distance. He moves back and forth, turns in, pretty quiet. I have no problem really moving him or pushing him around, and the intimacy still seems to be fairly close where he could have the whole pen that he could do whatever he wants. So at this point, I call him in here and there. I kind of am starting to meet him in the middle a little bit. As soon as I get a couple touches, I'll release the pressure and kind of walk away still. Sometimes I get a couple steps where he comes in and he's still interested. The other thing we've really been working on is I want him to, you can see he's licking his lips even. He's inching towards me. We've been getting a lot of that, sometimes even more steps than that. But this whole, I can approach him a lot quicker. But this whole thing is how I want him to face me and approach me. When he starts to turn sideways, he gets defensive, and I can approach him pretty quick now, come in for a quick touch. Some of our issue has been I wouldn't say nippy, but he's like starting to want to play around and goof off. I wouldn't say I can move my other hands now a little bit too, like where before he was gone. But I want to keep this type of intimacy and closeness where most of the time it's him touching me and me not touching him. So I try to get a few, and he's pretty quick about moving his nose, if you can tell. But you see him back up. As soon as he starts getting sideways on me, there I got a couple good touches. So when I get that, I relieve the pressure. And I take the pressure off of him so I'm not looking at him. My hips aren't towards him. My hips are away from him. So it's an approaching body posture where he feels like he can come and check me out. Whether he does or not, I give him that opportunity. And then, so I release the pressure after a few good touches. And then I'll approach him fairly quiet, not like crazy, but he's already like, he's seeking me out. He'll come, so I'll give him, he approaches me as I come up. So I give him and touches me. So I give him a little release of pressure. And then I'll slide in a little more, try to get in a little closer for some more intimacy. I'll let him touch me a few times. And even just, you can see my body posture, me kind of swaying away, allows him to give him room or comfort to come back in. So then I can slink back in for a little more touches and intimacy and closeness. And you can see that he's starting to get the posture of like, okay, he's in my space a little too much. So I'm going to read that after a few good touches. I'm going to walk away. And I'm going to relieve the pressure so that, because the idea is I want him to be able to stand still when I move into his pressure. So, or move into a space. And so I want to relieve that pressure. And so again, I'll give him a little time away. I'll come back. I'll let him meet me part way. I relieve the pressure. I'm going to come back in again, closer, get some touches, him and me. I kind of wait for him to kind of approach me, and then I brush him with my hand, if you can't tell. And I just kind of keep touching him. You can see him still kind of eager, but still a little worried, still living in with a spirit of fear and preservation, self-preservation. Like, I'm the only one that's going to protect me. And we had some interesting stuff go on yesterday, but I keep just pecking away at this and trying to be very patient. I can tell already I don't really have all of him yet. He's not really super comfortable with me yet, even though we're getting a lot of touches. So a lot of ground taken since like Church on the Farm. We've made a lot of progress, but also a lot of progress to still be made. So thanks for checking us out. Subscribe, share, like. I know it's been a while since I shared. I really wanted to kind of focus in on this, and then when I took a little bit of ground to finally share. So, hey, thanks for checking us out.